Hello, we are doing this again. Welcome on back to the Game Awards. We're going to do a round of voting this year, just like we did last year. Luckily, last year voting for Game of the Year was quite obvious to anybody who has played a video game before, which was Baldur's Gate 3. We don't have a clear-cut winner this time around. No Baldur's sweep this time. Although we do have still quite a bit of games which are obviously going to win because we had a lot of stinkers around here. But we also had a lot of very, very good games. So, jumping on in here. Cast vote, Game of the Year. I didn't think that Balatro would be here. That's kind of an odd one. Shadow of the Urge Trees, technically not a game. I wouldn't really count that. That's just a rehash of like some old garbage, whatever, right? Black Myth Wukong, Astrobot, Metaphor ReFantazio. I personally love Metaphor ReFantazio, but it's not that popular, so I don't really think that's going to win the vote. It's going to be Black Myth Wukong or Astrobot. I'm personally going to go with Black Myth Wukong because it's had the biggest impact, I believe, in the gaming market, just completely shattering all Western media in their garbage, right? Wukong came by and gave us at least one good game. Astrobot's pretty good too. It's very, 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 very good. It's going to be these two games, Astrobot or Black Myth Wukong, that's going to win. 100%. But me personally, I want Wukong to win. But I wouldn't be so, I wouldn't be surprised if either or won. So going on to the next one. Best game direction, and design. I think I'm going to have to go with Balatro. I'm going to have to go with Balatro for this one. There's lots of unique gimmicks in Balatro. It plays like no other card game before. I think it's outstanding and amazing. It is complete. It breaks all of your expectations that you can possibly have for a card game. It is amazing. Best narrative. Infinite Wealth was okay. Metaphor ReFantazio. Atlas games usually have 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 storytelling, where it's almost 10 out of 10, but it's just not there. It just needs a little bit of just needs a little bit more. Silent Hill 2 probably, but it's a re-release, so I'm not gonna vote it. I'm not gonna vote on it. I'm gonna go with Metaphor ReFantazio. Next, best art direction. This one's a tough one. Metaphor has some really, really good art design, pretty much just like Persona 5 when that released. Its art direction was immaculate. I'm trying to vote on different ones each time, but honestly, I really can't, man. The art style in Metaphor is just too unique, man. You're gonna have to go with Metaphor again. Score and music. Lots of people absolutely love the music in Metaphor ReFantazio, but it's not something that you can remember. Everyone likes the music, but no one remembers the name. No one knows who made it, and it's kind of just, it only really fits what you feel in that current moment. I'm gonna have to go with either Astrobot or Final Fantasy. Silent Hill's pretty good. I think I'm going to go with Final Fantasy. You can't go wrong with Final Fantasy's music, not at all. Final Fantasy music is always top-notch, so, you gotta give a little bit of credit there. Audio design, sound design. Astrobot or Black Ops 6, I would have to say. Gonna have to go with Silent Hill's pretty great too, but... Sound design in Call of Duty games are always peak. But Astrobot is pretty good just all around, let's be honest. But just the characters are just so cute. The sounds really bring up the mood that if you're feeling down. They're just lovable. I love these little critters. I love them a lot. Best performance. I didn't really follow too many of these games, but I'm probably just gonna have to go with Final Fantasy actors. Yeah, I really don't know too much about actors in those categories. Let's go on with Final Fantasy. Innovation in accessibility. Black Ops 6. Yeah, the other 4 options are just terrible options. And Black Ops 6 is the least terrible of the bunch, so I'm going with Black Ops 6. Games for Impact. Haven't heard too much about Nevo, but that one's pretty great. Close the Distance, Life is Strange, Hellblade, I don't know. I'll have to go with Hellblade for this one. This one, Hellblade has a story that you'll definitely remember. Trust me, you'll definitely remember playing through the story. But I don't know too much about it. But just like the first half, I guess that's pretty great. It's good. Helldivers kind of shat the bed. Wait, was Helldivers even released this year? If it was, that would be... Yeah, Helldivers 2 was released this year. Oh, dude, it didn't even get nomination for Game of the Year. That's so sad. It easily could have if the developers didn't, like, shit themselves. I'm gonna have to go with Fortnite again because it's constantly innovating, it's constantly updating, and it's constantly bringing in millions of players every day. You can deny Fortnite as much as you like, but that is you being wrong, because Fortnite is growing at a constant rate. It regularly hits 10 million players every day. It is not dying. It will not die. It is the new Minecraft. It will never go away. The new GTA. Best community support. I would normally go with Helldivers, but then again, the developers shit themselves. Baskinator, fuck you. If you know, you know. You should have hired a better PR department. No Man's Sky is pretty great, but I don't hear too much about them this year, so I'm not like really sure. Baldur's Gate 3 just recently released mod support for console devices and just PC. It's been constantly adding new updates, especially a bunch of new endings, and really fixing the evil routes in the game, because the one aspect that really lacked in Baldur's Gate 3 was just going full on evil. Like, you can be evil and, like, kill people or, like, be an asshole, but, like, full on evil, like, killing everyone, right? They built that up a little bit. I'm gonna have to go with Baldur's Gate 3 here. Mod support is incredible. People can very easily add as much stuff as they want to Baldur's Gate 3. I'm waiting for the day when people release their own campaigns for Baldur's Gate 3. It's going to get intense here soon. I think that will be a blessing in the future. Best and Ball's Rope. Yeah. Nope. It's obvious. Best indie game. Not even a question. If you question it, you are wrong. This is a fact. Let's go. Best debut indie game. Yeah, Balatro again. Best mobile game. I did not know Balatro was on mobile. I've heard a little bit about AFK Journey, but not too much. Yeah, Balatro again. Yeah. Balatro again. There's no better indie game at this moment than Balatro. Literally no better indie game. Best VR AR. I've heard a lot of positive things from Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellsinger, and Metro Awakening. If I have to go with one, I'll have to go with Metro. I do have a VR headset, so I actually do have a little bit of credibility when it comes to my words for VR games. Because, excuse me, Jesus, I play a lot of VR games. And Metro is very, very immersive. Very good. Best action game. Now, I think I'm gonna go for Helldivers. Its action is so incredibly immersive that it's unreal. People feel like they're actually in it, and dude, I'm getting goosebumps right at this moment thinking about all the times when I have been playing Helldivers and I'm like so incredibly immersed in the combat and I'm focused, hard focus, hours going by, don't even notice. I just punched the mic, my bad. Best action adventure. I heard that Echoes of Wisdom was super, super, super good. Astrobot's really good too. Game of the year, obviously. But I have to give Nintendo some credit. But to be honest, I'm still gonna go with Astrobot. It's almost game of the year. It's peak, and a bunch of categories revolving around this game. Best RPG, Dragon's Dogma, just like Helldivers, kind of shot the bed. I don't want to vote for Final Fantasy because this is like the 5th re-release of this fucking game. Infinite Dragon wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't bad either. Metaphor Refantasio, just like I described earlier, it is an 8.9 or like a 9 out of 10 game where it's just almost there. You still feel as though something's missing from an Atlas game. It's so fucking close. But to be honest, even though Dragon's Dogma 2 wasn't that great, it still fits the bill for rich character customization, progression. It's a great multiplayer experience. There's lots of hidden things. It's a great RPG. And Shadow Archery isn't really like a game, right? I'm gonna have to go with Dragon's Dogma. Even though not the greatest, I still think it probably still fits the bill. Best fighting game. Sparking Zero, duh. Everyone's playing this game. Everyone loves this game. Millions of players. Come on. No other fighting game. Tekken 6 or Tekken 8, but that's like nothing's gonna beat Dragon Ball. That's for damn sure. Can't beat Dragon Ball. Everyone knows Dragon Ball. Everyone plays Dragon Ball. What's it? Astrobot again, because all these other games are not even multiplayer games, so just stupid. Best Sim strategy game. I heard that Frostpunk 2 was pretty good. Unicorn Overlord is very good. I've played it myself. Of course, I played a little bit of Frostpunk as well. Have not tried these other games, so I can't really give an opinion on them. I'll give an opinion on what I do know, however. Frostpunk is pretty great. Unicorn Overlord, I hate the art style, to be honest. I feel like it's a little lazy when it comes to art style, cinematics, and other things similar to that, like animations and stuff. But in terms of strategy, Frostpunk, yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, Unicorn Overlord is just so stupidly easy that you don't need to use your brain to play it, and it's supposed to be a strategy game. It's a strategy game for beginners. This is an intense experience and very, very immersive. Ooh, best sports racing game. These were all pretty mid, not to be honest. But if we have to go with anything, the WWE games are always some pretty good choices. But NBA 2K is always the most reliable choice. I do not play these games, but for the NBA is pretty good. Best multiplayer game, Helldivers 2. If you've played Helldivers 2, that's enough to be said. Let's move on. Best adaptation. Greater workout adapts. Oh, Arcane's on here? Duh. There is no better adaptation than like Arcane. Fallout, I heard, was very, very good. Anybody who votes for Tomb Raider, you need to get some sleep because you're not thinking clearly. Drink some water, too. Because when people are dehydrated and don't sleep, their brain is usually at like 20% capacity. And 20% capacity people vote for Tomb Raider. Arcane, immensely good. It is top-of-the-line storytelling, top-of-the-line animation. It is so incredibly good. I recommend anybody watch Arcane. Anybody. If you don't know anything about League of Legends, it will tell you as much as you need to know to understand the story. It It does help to know a little bit about League of Legends, but I do not play League of Legends. I know nothing about it, and I still think it's one of the best shows I've ever watched. Most anticipated game. Grand Theft Auto 6. Duh. We don't even need to look at the other options. Let's move on. Content Creator of the Year. Queso. Duh. If hold on. Let me look at the other votes. I haven't even typical gamer. If a VTuber wins this year, I'm gonna be so incredibly disappointed because there's no better streamer this year than Queso. Queso made such an incredible impact in the Twitch scene. It basically revived new people joining the content creation field. Queso is the beginning of a new generation of streamers. He will be the start, he is the start, and he is the torch bearer that will lead a new generation of content creators to this brand new field. He is a pioneer. I cannot stress this enough. Best esports game. I hate esports games. I hate them all. But Valorant is the winner. It's the best esports game. People love it. People play it every day. It's great. It's always great. It's, best esports athlete. Just like last year, Faker. Enough said. Best esports team. Now, this one's a little tricky. I know Faker. I do not know individual teams. The only one I've heard of is Team Liquid. So because the only one I've heard of is Team Liquid, I'm going to vote them. But I know nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't even know who's on this team. I don't even know what game they play. I don't even know. I just heard their name before. That's why I'm voting. Player's choice. 3 rounds, 3 chances to vote. Oh, interesting. All right. Okay. Well, that's that. Can I go back to the voting? View all categories. Yeah, here it is. So here are my selections. I don't know why they're all hidden, like you're trying to hide it from people. But yeah, here are my choices, just as a refresher. There you are. Yeah. And guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully, you have enjoyed. And I'll see you at the Game Awards. Bye-bye.